All right, guys. So I did my whole first cookie chats and I didn't turn my microphone on. So it was me looking very excited and you hearing nothing. So this is, this is life, this is real, this is raw, this is who I am. And so I'm just going to do it again. And I know that my microphone is on now. So I am so sorry if you were watching earlier and heard nothing. So we are starting out Cookie Chats episode 1 again. And we are going to have some fun now because now I'm warmed up apparently. So if we have not met yet, my name is Andrea Jones. I'm what's called an eating psychology coach. So I really help people overcome emotional eating, binge eating, overeating, mindless eating, stress eating, all of the above, because I have been someone that has struggled with all of the above. And so if you're watching this in my group, this is my Emotional Eaters Finding Freedom group. I'm probably going to post this to YouTube and maybe some other places if you want to catch the replay somewhere else. But I just want to tell you that these cookie chats are really going to be what I'm calling bite-size talks. They're going to be about 5-10 minutes, and they're really going to be encouragement, strategies, tips, stories to really help you if you're an emotional eater to really find freedom. Because I struggled with secret binge eating for 20 years. And I hid it and nobody knew. And there might even be people on here that are like, I didn't even know she struggled with that because I was so good at painting the face of like, everything's all good. And then I'd go home and eat 2 boxes of cookies. So this, like I said, this is for you. If you are maybe struggling with any of the things I mentioned before and you want to find freedom around it. So what I'm going to do on this episode is really just talk a little bit about my story and primarily the focus of hiding food and sneaking food and the guilt and the shame and the horrible feelings that go around it. So just double checking my microphone again. So just to kind of start from the beginning, I grew up with a mom as a dietitian who we had that food guide pyramid slapped on the refrigerator, and she would always ask, did you eat your 4 servings of fruits? Did you eat your 3 servings of vegetables? Did you eat your so many servings of grains and dairies and protein? And I grew up with actually not a lot of rules because I wasn't really quote unquote a rule breaker. So I never had a curfew. I never had anything like that. But my mom did give me a rule that you can only have 4 cookies a day. And of course, I love sugar, and I never wanted to eat just 4 cookies. I wanted to eat like as many cookies as I wanted, and I never got to. So when mom would take a nap, when the babysitter wasn't looking, when I could get away, I would sneak into the kitchen and just get out the cookies. Cookies were kind of my go-to. And I would just eat like a whole roll of Oreos or, whatever kind of cookies we might have had. And I would sneak them, and it was my fun little rebellious adventure. And then I would feel really like full and bloated and really gross afterwards. And that's one thing if you're, 8-10 years old, which is when I started this. It's another thing to continue that process through your teens, through your college years, through all of your 20s, and just getting quote unquote better and better at sneaking and hiding so nobody sees and nobody knows. And I had roommates, and how could they make sure that they didn't know about it? And it was just so horrible. And I honestly got involved with this because I got involved with this emotional eating help support because I really finally realized it was probably 5 to 7 years ago. I remember watching a documentary of what I like to call the diet gurus or the health gurus that tell you how to eat right and get healthy. And one of the interviewers' name was Carr. She's huge in the health industry. And she told the story of how she had some kind of dessert. Maybe it was a cupcake or cookies or something. And to stop herself from binging it, she threw it in the trash. But then she would go back in the trash and get it. it was still in the package, so she just would go out and go back in the trash and get it. So she used to spray Windex on her dessert sweet foods and then throw it in the trash so she wouldn't go back and get it. And I just remember being like, what? That's something, first off, I had never thought of that. You're like, oh, that's a great idea. But the fact that there was somebody else in the world that had gone back in the trash and gotten food, like I had done that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put it in the bag and wrap the bag and put it at the bottom of the trash can. But then it's still in the bag. It's still in the package. It's safe. And maybe you're judging me right now. Maybe you're like, oh, that sounds horrible. I would never do that. But maybe you have done that. Maybe you've done something where you just hide your Oreos in a cereal box so nobody sees it. Maybe you hide your Hershey Kisses from your husband in a special drawer where he won't find it. It doesn't matter the severity. There's something going on emotionally where you feel like you have to be ashamed and you have to hide and you have to feel guilty of your secret sin, quote unquote. We're going to call it secret sin of eating unhealthy foods. And it's because our diet culture has given us no excuses for eating bad food. None. Like they tell you, oh, go have fun and have parties. But if you're not a certain weight, if you have this health issues, like you have to cut it out completely. And therefore, if you want to eat, you have to sneak it so nobody knows. And so honestly, I went to the Institute for the Psychology of Eating because I had really found the secret puzzle piece. And that is that our culture only helps us understand what to eat, what not to eat, what to exercise, how to exercise. But they don't address at all the emotions that go around it, the guilt, the shame, the fear, all of the nonsense that goes with it. And that's what I do. I work with the emotional stuff because you are not going to be able to lose physical weight and keep it off for long term without dealing with the emotional weight, the guilt, the shame, the anxiety, the worry, the body hate. You're not going to be able to find freedom through that. So I just want to really challenge you that maybe if you're watching this on another platform, stop hiding. Stop thinking that you're the only one dealing with this because you're not. I promise. No matter what it is. No matter what secret food sins you do, you are not the only one that has ever done it. I promise. So I just want to really challenge you to join our Emotional Eaters Finding Freedom Facebook group because it's a safe place to really share what's going on. You find help, find support. I do different kind of challenges. I'm going to do different motivations and obviously more cookie chats. So I'm not going to go much longer here, but I just, like I said, want to encourage you, stop hiding, stop feeling alone, join our community. I'll post the link below and let yourself think about this. Let yourself deal with this. Come connect with me, connect with our community, and find the help and support you need. If you end up watching this on another platform, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment because I'm going to put out a new cookie chat like this every week, Tuesdays at 1 o'clock Central. Thanks, guys, so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.